Today we'll start with part 5 of chapter 10. We discussed 4 parts before Musahih, and we have 2 parts remaining, part 5 and part 6. So 2 parts remaining, what does it mean? It means that we have only 2 lectures remaining. And this is how I think we're talking about. Okay? إذا صار الوقت يعني المحاضرات القادمة والأسابيع القادمة كيفكم شنو نسوي؟ مثلا طالب يحب يشرح، نسوي مراجعة إلى موضوع معين. نسوي كيف؟ لا مرة نسوي. احنا كنا ناخذ محاضرات قبل كان كنت دارس معادلة، كان الجروب تقريبا 20 30 طالب 40 طالب هم كلش يقولوا كنا ناخذ محاضرة يعني ناخذ محاضرة بالحقيقة أو على هاي من الدرجات اللي استخدم المنظر ناخذها وعلى مرة ناخذها وطبعا وراها نكون جزء واحد وفكرة في محاضرة سرياتي كان أخذ قبل مصور داخل الجامعة يستاهل هو كاميرا وعاد إذا كان هذا الشيء يسمى عمر وكان مصور مصور يكتب الصور مثلا بدعية دائما كل ما ناخذ محاضرات بدعية دائما صور الصور جروب فوتوز وليس صور ويكتبوا فردية ويا الطلاب كانت محاضرات حلوة كان الجروب 40 طالب كحد أقصى أوكي مو هسه يعني شعبة بها 100 طالب صعب يعني هسه أحيانا ممكن نخلي محاضرة اللينغويستكس برا بس بهذا العدد متواصل يعني بس بهذا العدد أو هذا العدد صعب فمحاضرة كان بس متبقية اليوم محاضرة إن شاء الله وبكرة محاضرة جاية Okay. This part talks about powerful speaking or power talking. زين زين شوف تبغوا يعني اقطع الكلام لا تحشون powerful speaking. Now what's the main goal of this part? The main goal of this part is we want to know how can someone be a powerful speaker? How can I be a powerful speaker? How can I be a convincing or persuasive speaker? What should I do in a class or on a stage or in an office to make you like me? شنو لازم اسوي حتى اخليكم مثلا تحبوني او تعجبون شخصيتي او كلامي او مثلا او اقنعكم افكاري. So there are certain traits or certain features a person must possess or must own in order to be a powerful speaker. Now we will talk about these powerful, not only in public speaking or in presentations. Sometimes, you know, a group of friends, 3 or 4, they walk together, they go to the yard and they go to the park. And what you notice that one of these 4 friends is more powerful than the others. He talks more, he gives advice more, and you know, he is more influential. People listen to him or her more than the others. صح؟ شوف 4 أشخاص طلعون يفترون، واحد منهم مسيطر على الوضع، مسيطر على الكلام، مسيطر على المحادثة، هو اللي دائما يحكي واللي دائما يسمعوا له. He is a powerful speaker more than the others. Now why this person? Why not the others? أكيد صفات معينة خلت هذا الشخص يكون more powerful than the others. Okay. Now, before we start talking about powerful speaking, whether in normal conversations or in public speaking, now at the end of this lesson, by the end of this lesson or this meeting or lecture, you should be able to understand what do we mean by powerful speaking and what do we mean by good communication skills. Okay, and what's the relationship between powerful speaking and authority or power or influence? What's the relationship between powerful speaking and gender? Remember, from now on we say gender, not sex, because sex is biological. Now, gender. Who is more powerful in speaking, the man or the woman? We'll see. And what do we mean by solidarity? This is one. And also by the end of this lecture, or at the end of this lecture, we will watch a video about someone giving a presentation, talking about something, and you'll see how powerful this person is. Now, what makes this person giving the presentation so powerful? Of course, he follows certain rules or certain steps that make him very powerful. Sometimes you follow rules, but when you practice these rules, eventually you'll see that the rules will no longer be rules, and it will be part of your personality. You will be a powerful speaker without knowing, without even knowing. يعني أنت تمشي على قواعد أنا حتى أكون متكلم جيد لازم أستخدم body language. حتى أكون متكلم جيد لازم أوعي الناس بعيونهم. حتى أكون متكلم جيد لازم أنا يجوز أحتاج أشدد شوية. أوكي؟ يعني حتى أكون مقنع. صح ولا لا؟ يعني هاي أسألك فيها هذا الموضوع. فأحيانا أنت تذكر نفسك بهاي القواعد إلى أن توصل مرحلة because of practice. We say practice makes perfect, right?
Yes.
Because of practicing a lot, you'll see that you will no longer following rules. It will be part of who you are. يحصل جزء من شخصيتك أنت. بعد ما تقول أنا لازم أسوي كذا وأسوي كذا. أنت ما تحس نفسك إنه أنت أصلاً جاي تسوي كذا وكذا. تستخدم body language وسمايل وتمشي بالصف. بنقول أنت I'm not talking about learners of English, only learners of English. I'm talking about all people and all specializations. Now, engineers, they should be powerful speakers. Teachers, of course, should be powerful speakers. يعني مستحيل إنه تكون successful teacher and you're not a powerful speaker. ما ممكن المدرس يكون ناجح وهو مو متحدث ناجح أو متحدث قوي ومؤثر. If you want to be a TV announcer or an interviewer, of course, you know, a job that requires communication skills. يعني تريد تصير مذيع وأنت ما عندك قوة إقناع مثلاً أو مقابل مذيع وما عندك قوة إقناع مثلاً لو شايفين المذيعين هسه كلها إحنا وخسائر إعلاميين مؤثرين مثلاً أذكر لكم مثال مثلاً جورج قرداحي إذا تعرفين اللبناني عنده كاريزما وعنده شخصية. He's a powerful speaker because he owns certain features which are not maybe available in other speakers. Okay, so let's start with a few questions first. Now these are yes/no questions. Remember, we have two types of questions: WH questions, and they require short answers, and yes/no questions. You answer them with either yes or no. Now I want you to answer these questions with either yes or no. Let's start with the first question. Do you sometimes struggle to convince someone on something?
Yes.
Yes. Sometimes you really feel it's really hard to convince someone to accept an idea or to do something. Like you feel like you're beating your head against the wall trying to make someone do something or make someone agree on something. So yes. Now, why is this? Why do you think it's really hard to convince this person? Because this person is so powerful. He doesn't like anything. So you cannot impress him or her. So it's really very hard for me to convince this person to do something because this person he or she always wants to be in control. دائما هو يحب يكون مسيطر. فصعب إنه أنا أقنع بهذا الشيء. In control. I'm not talking about people's behavior. I'm talking about the way people speak. ما جاي أحكي على إنه سلوك الناس. أحكي على كلام الناس. Okay? So, do you sometimes struggle to convince someone to do something? Of course, yes, because they want to be powerful all the time. That's one. خلينا نشوف السؤال الثاني. طبعا أنا ما أجيب لك هاي الأسئلة بالامتحان. هاي مجرد introduction to the lecture or to the lesson. Question 2. Does your boss now? Who is your boss? Do you have a boss? أنت عندكم boss? مين البوس مالكم? Okay, now it's me, the teacher. Okay, so your teachers are your bosses, and also the head of the department is your boss, and the dean and the assistant deans. Okay, يعني من مديركم مثلا بالعمل كطلاب؟ كطلاب ممكن المدرس مديركم ورئيس القسم والامين والمنظمين وغيرها، واذا عاشتوا بمكتب اكو مدير مكتب، واذا عاشتوا بشركه او غيرها، يعني المهم اكو سوبرفايزر اكو مانجر اكو someone in charge. Now question 2, does your boss, teacher or anyone sometimes overlooks معناها he ignores, he gives you the cold shoulder, giving you the cold shoulder, like he doesn't care. So does your boss sometimes overlooks your ideas or words?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, of course. They sometimes, I don't care. I don't even listen to you. Are you talking? حتى لو تحكي اصلا ما اتجاهلك ولا اسمع. Okay. أنا مرتبطة بعد بسؤال آخر هنا. So also yes. Now why? Because the boss feels what? Feels more powerful than you. He feels, not all bosses. Sometimes some bosses, they listen to you. They they don't ignore your ideas or what you talk about. But other times no, because they feel they have authority on you. And they have power and influence and effect, they don't bother listen to you. Okay, question 3. Do you often get interrupted by others when you try to speak and you get interrupted all the time? So sometimes people have this very bad habit. احنا سمعنا نحكي عن يعني a good thing to do or bad thing to do. جاي نحكي انه okay, is interruption important to be powerful? Yes, even if it's bad, but it's important. It helps. It helps make me a powerful speaker. من أقاطعك أنا ممكن يعني أسيطر عليك بالكلام أكثر. كل ما تحكي أقاطع. So yes, sometimes people follow this strategy or technique by they always interrupt you. Every time they try to say something, they interrupt. They don't listen. Because they want to show control over you. So also yes. إذا هسه 3 yes. Okay. Question 4. Don't you think that some people only talk and never listen?
Yes.
Yes. They only listen, they don't talk. I remember, I once traveled, I also told you the previous session about this story. I once traveled to the north of Iraq with someone I know. He's not a friend, but he's someone I know. To the north of Iraq because we want to sit an IELTS exam. You know IELTS?
Yeah.
Okay, they're in Arbil, and every time he starts a conversation, I give him my undivided attention. I listen carefully to whatever he's talking about. But when I start talking, he's not trying to show off or he's not trying to show power over me. But he has this very, very bad habit of not listening to the others when they talk. But he wants you to listen to him. Okay? But he never listens. Sometimes some people do this. They do it because they want to show the others they have power. And sometimes people try to belittle or underestimate you. أحيانا الأشخاص يحاولوا حتى يقللوا من قيمتك أمام الآخرين. حتى يبين للآخرين مثلا البقية يسمعوا إنه أحسن يشوفوا جاي يستهزئ بيهم كذا. Sometimes some people do these things. صح؟ Okay. Last question. Do your colleagues or friends sometimes forget your suggestions? Yes, of course. So all of these are yes. Sometimes these things are done with no intention, and sometimes they are done on purpose. يعني أحيانا بدون قصد بدون نية إلى شيء معين، وأحيانا إلى قصد. لاحظوا هاي الكلمة الصورة شنو تقول؟ Words have power. Okay, and the video we're going to watch at the end of this lesson is related to this, to the power of words. Now, okay, there is, how can you tell this person has a good charisma? Okay, the way the person looks like, the way he stands, the way he, his body language, it's important. But you cannot tell this person is powerful or influential unless you talk to this person or you listen to this person. So talking is very important. There is a reason why we speak, because we want to show power, we want to convince, we want to persuade the others. أنا أكون مقنع، أوكي؟ يعني شلون أخليك أنا تنعجب بي مثلا؟ أنا كمتكلم كأستاذ أو كممثل أو مثلا شايفين دول اللي على التيدكس اللي قناة التيدكس أو البرامج التيدكس شايفين they try to present something on a stage and in front of hundreds of people, very educated people with high degrees of different specializations, and sometimes they say anything and people laugh and people engage with the speaker, because the person standing on a stage is not an ordinary person. He's a great presenter, a great speaker. Now, for example, Barack Obama is well known of public speaking. معروف كلش بالpublic speaking باراك اوباما. مثلا محمد علي كراي بالعراق، او مثلا هتلر، او مثلا صدام حسين، او شخصيات هواية معروفة من تلقي خطاب امام الجمهور يكون خطاب مقنع. طيب ليش هذول الاشخاص شنو يسوون حتى يكونون convincing and powerful? Okay, so it requires what? It requires good communication skills. So now the question is, what do we mean by good communication skills? And what are the factors that affect communication? هسه احنا اخذنا هذه الكويشنز. فشوف شنو هي الفاكتورز اللي تاثر على الكوميونيكيشن. هم عندنا اسئله. خلينا نشوف. نسالكم. Is it important to speak aloud? Yes, it's important to speak aloud. Now imagine that you want to show power. تخيل نفسك أنت تفرض سيطرتك and you're four friends together talking. You want to show power, but one of your friends speaks louder than you. Can you show power? No. إذا أنت تريد تبين قوتك سيطرتك بالكلام وين مجموعتك بس واحد من أصدقائك يحكي أعلى من عندك. Nobody will hear you because someone is speaking louder than you. So speaking loud is important. It's not the most important feature, but it is important. هي مو أهم صفة بس هي مهمة. Now, as teachers, is it important to speak loud? Yes. هسه احنا جاي حاليا هاي الأيام مرحلة رابعة جاي يطبقون جاي نزور. فأحيانا صوت المطبقة البنية خصوصا البنية، أوكي؟ صوت المطبقة البنية يعني طبعا صفهم هم بيه هواية بيه 50 60 يعني طلاب يعني بنات مثلا أول متوسط كذا، فصوتها يوصل هذا السطر وهذا السطر يمكن بعد هذا السطر خلاص بعدين ما يوصل. يعني هي شلون تكون she wants to show power, she has to show power, and I'm her supervisor. I'm watching her, observing her, and I want her to be a good teacher. And she cannot be a good teacher unless she is a good speaker or a powerful speaker. And you cannot show power if everybody, they don't hear what you say. So speaking loud is important. And of course, as teachers, not just speaking aloud is important. I told you before, putting your hands in your pockets or crossing your hands like this. This is not good. You need to use non-verbal means of communication. Non-verbal means of communication, what? You use your body, your hands, your eyes, your smile, facial expressions, eye contact, volume, speaking high, up and down, and tones of speech. Music. راح نشوف بالفيديو راح نشوف الناس شلون تتلاعب بموسيقى الكلام مالتهم حتى تقنع الآخرين. Okay. So speaking loud is important. Is it important to use rich and extensive vocabulary? Yes. Words like yes, I show off. Look at me. I know these words, and you don't know these words. So I'm showing off now. Because you will see, you will be impressed and you will raise your eyebrows, raising your eyebrows like, wow, these are very nice words. Words which are not familiar to the common people, but I use them just to show power. So using nice words and rich words is very important to show that you're actually having a good mastery of the language and you are in command. Okay? Clear?
Yes.
واضحة? So using extensive vocabulary is also important. Number 3, is it important if I want to be a powerful speaker? Is it important to have the power to persuade the others? مهم إنه أنا أقنع الآخرين? Yes. How can I persuade the others? شلون ممكن أكون أقنع الناس؟ اعطوني في الطرق خليني أنا كمتكلم مقنع.
Examples and reasons.
Examples. Okay. Yeah. Examples. Very good. طه زين. So when I mention examples, this is really very important. Bad.
Experience.
What?
Experience. Experience.
Experience. Yes, of course I need experience.
Quotations.
Quotations. Okay, so I mentioned a very important, famous quotation said by مثلا Imam Ali, or said by a scientist, or said by a politician or a leader. Then I will follow this quotation. Bad. Presenting facts. So numbers. Like, for example, I talk about smoking, for example, the dangers of smoking. And I will give you numbers about how many people die every year or every day because of smoking. And numbers are so powerful. You cannot, break or refute or reject numbers unless you give alternative numbers. يعني الأرقام ما ممكن تتحفظها أو ترفضها إلا تعطي أرقام بديلة. أقوى لغة هي لغة الأرقام. So yes, numbers can be also persuasive. بعد شلون أقنعك؟ شلون أقنعك؟ Body language. Body language is one of the most important techniques to use to convince the others. Okay? وهم راح نشوف بالفيديو. هذا ما طلع فيديو هذا. Positive energy, is also important. بعد reasons, giving reasons, and then you connect your reasons to a logical conclusion. تربط الأسباب باستنتاج مقنع. بعد don't you think that sometimes when we speak swearing is also important to convince the others? Swearing, والله والعباس وكذا. أحيانا مهمة أقنع الآخرين. This is language, this is speaking. So yes, sometimes it's important, swearing. And sometimes, lying is also important. أحيانا الكذب هم يقنع الناس. People find it really boring to listen to the truth all the time. The truth is boring, huh?
Yes.
And the lie is interesting. People are interested in listening to strange things, odd things. So sometimes people lie to make the others engaged or inspired to listen. صح؟ وفي ناس تكذب حتى تقنعك. طبعا الكذب هم له تكنيكس ولا هاي قاعدين نسوي محاضرة عن الكذب في اليوم. سوينا احنا محاضرة هم ذكرتها للشعب البقية. ممكن ادرس سبيكينج هواية انا سنوات ادرس سبيكينج للطلاب. فقررت وانا بالبيت انه محاضرتنا تكون اليوم عن الكذب. انه اعلم الطلاب او محاضرتي تكون شلون تكذب وتخلي الناس تصدقك. هي هذا الهدف من المحاضرة. يعني هذا موضوع شيق وقريب من عندنا كلنا. ما واحد ما كذب. اللي يقول ما كذب كذاب. صح ولا لا؟ طبعا الكذب له انواع ونحكي عن كل شيء انه what do we mean by a lie and why do people lie and how to lie and make your lie sound convincing. شلون الكذب تخلي كذبتك مقنعة. وحكينا ذكرنا هم quotations معروفة مثلا حبل الكذب قصير وما أعرف شنو هاي شنو نقصد بيها. وكانت المحاضرة very interesting. Okay. وشفنا طلعنا كذابين. اوكي بس انا ايش سويت؟ ما دخلت لهم بهاي الطريقه. انتبهوا هذا الشيء. هذا الشيء راح نشوفه بالفيديو. اوكي انا ما قلت لهم good morning class and today we will talk about lying. No, this is not good. This is really not. It's good but it's not. There are better ways It's a better way to start a conversation than this very predictable technique. اكو طرق احسن من هذا التكنيك اللي كل الناس متوقعته. Okay? So what should I do to grab your attention?
Lying.
Yes, I started this way. I started by lying. سويت أنا جبت وياي كتاب. جاي كتاب نفس هذا اللي هارد كفر. اوكي؟ تخيلوا هذا نعطيه بالقاع عصر صوت عالي شو يصير؟ جبت وياي هذا الكتاب واول ما دخلت شافوني الطلاب انا ضايج ومعصب. اول ما دخلت يعني كلش حسوا انه انا not normal. انا نادر ما اعصب بالقاعه ولو شغلتكم شويه عصبت بدايه السنه بس شوي شغلتكم. بس انا عادة ما اعصب داخل القاعة لانه اعرف انه هذا الشيء مو صحيح كاستاذ. انا مو صحيح اسوي داخل الصف لانه يخرب الدرس. اوكي؟ فمو حلو يصير داخل الصف. يعني انا عادي يعني كل ما لا معصب وريلاكست وانتم نفس الحالة and all of you are listening to me now. صح ولا لا؟ Because I'm doing something good. I'm not trying to show off or to brag. No. I'm doing something because I want you to learn something here. Okay. من دخلت الصف أنا بشدد عليهم فسويت روحي ضايج وكانوا يعني قلت لهم يعني هذا جاي ولي أمر طالب وعصبي ما تصير. جاني هذا ولي أمر طالب يقول لي أستاذ أنت شنو مرسل ابني؟ وين قاعدين إحنا ابتدائية لو متوسطة وأنا ضايج أصير؟ داير شنو مرسل ابنك؟ أنت شنو تروح تجيب أبوك أصلاً؟ والوالد ما موجود يعني بالصف على أساس شنو يجيب ابوك احنا وشنو روضه جايب لي ابوك انت مشتكي عند ابوك انه انا مرسبك هو انت ما تحكي بالقاعه اذا الباب حكي انت ما تحكي وانت كذا وانا اظلت اعصب وانتم بسبب انتم اعتمدتوا على العبور واعتمدتوا على القرار واعتمدتوا على ما شنو خذيت الكتاب اللي هو هارد كفر وطقيته بالقاع طلع صوت كلش عالي بحيث النمله اذا تمشي تسمعوها من الهدوء اللي صار بالصف. اوكي؟ وسكتت شوية وبعدين قلت لهم ها صدقتوا؟ قالوا شنو صار يعني الشاقة؟ قلت لهم اي كنت الشاقة محاضرتنا اليوم عن الكذب وكذا. فلاحظوا انا ما بديتها بطريقة ثانية. Now the way you start like this or sometimes you can start by telling a story or showing a picture before you start. You can show a picture to the class or maybe you can play a video or maybe ask a question or tell a story or do an act without words. تدخل الصف وتسوي لهم اي شيء تسوي اوكي فشي بدون words اللي لازم موبايله راح يبقى لازم موبايله وانت تسوي هاي الاشياء لو راح يترك موبايله وباوع شنو راح يصير فانت هذا اللي اشتريه شلون تقدر كسبيكر متكلم تخلي اللي لازم موبايله يخلي موبايله بجيبه ويباوع لك. راح نشوف الفيديو. اوكي. يطلع ماكو فيديو ثاني.
الرسالة ممكن
والله كل شيء فيديو. اوكي. So lying is also important to persuade sometimes. Giving examples, numbers, swearing, reasons, quotations, all of these are very important to persuade someone to do something. And also having different speaking style. So what is good communication? Good communication is when you control the situation, when your speech controls the situation, or when the situation shapes what you say. So the situation, now the class determines a certain kind of style. A style which is different from the style that I should follow on a stage or a style that I should use in an office, in a company. So every context, every social context requires a specific style or register. So this is good communication. Good communication is when my language shapes the situation, whether a class or an office or a room in my house or any place, or maybe group of friends sitting together, talking together. So the way I speak controls the situation. It means by good communication. And this is a very nice example about a printer or a photocopy machine. You know photocopy machine? جهاز تنساخ. جهاز الاستنساخ لو انا اسيطر عليه اللي هو يسيطر عليه. اذا انت بس تدوس الدبل هو يطلع لك اوراق، منو مسيطر على الثاني؟ هو مسيطر، الجهاز مسيطر عليه. لانه انا شنو اسوي؟ I just press the start button or the cover button and it gives me it copies and gives me copied sheets of paper. But if you know how to copy one and how to fix it when it's broken, okay, and how to clear a paper jam, paper jam? Yes. صار paper jam يعني صار قشرة ورق، okay. جام تجي بمعنى ثاني؟ المربع. Okay. So and if you know how to clear paper jam, and if you know how to change toner يعني الحبر. Okay. الحبر من يكون مسحوق باودر نسميه toner، من يكون سائل نسميه ink. Okay. So if you know how to do all of these things, then you are in control. So this is how can you be a powerful speaker, when you can do everything at the same time. When you have the ability to do all of these things as a teacher or as a presenter on a stage or as a boss or an employee, a supervisor, a doctor. حتى الدكتورز واحد يسأل الأطباء ما يحتاج يكون powerful speaker. No, sometimes they need to have the ability to persuade a patient that they're okay and they're not going to die and it's okay. You will be well soon. Okay. فأحيانا هم يكون إلى طريقة الكلام. واحنا شايفين أطباء طبيب يعجبك تروح لدائما طبيب يقول بالنسبة ما هو مثلا واقع أطباء لا هي تعتمد حسب الوظيفة وحسب العمل. أوكي. واضح الآن هاي التفاصيل؟ طبعا why do you think people they want to show power? Because they want to build what? Authority. شنو يعني authority? سلطة. Influence. Impact on others. To gain respect. To gain admiration. Respect يعني احترام, admiration إعجاب, وسلطة ونفوذ. That's why people try to be powerful. That's the main reason. Okay? Who is more powerful, the man or the woman?
Man.
Sometimes the man, sometimes the woman. But who wants to be more powerful?
Man.
The man. Men, and they say that powerful speaking is more typical for male speakers than for females. And they conducted a study on doctors. So دراسة على الأطباء. And شافوا شنو doctors, male doctors, they always give orders. Sit, take off your shirt. Take this, don't take that. Do this, don't do that. Stand, lie on the ground. Run, walk. Orders, commands. But female doctors, sometimes females they give orders, but sometimes they include themselves in the conversation. And something called joint action format. يعني شو joint action format؟ يعني مثلا بدل ما تقول لك الطبيبة اقعد او انزع قميصك او اخذ هذا الدواء او لا تاخذ هذا او اكل هذا لا تاكل هذا، شو تقول؟ تقول يلا خلينا نقعد هسه، خلينا نقعد let's يعني دخلنا في الموضوع. خلينا نقعد. Why? Because they try to be more friendly and more supportive and they don't want you to be nervous or scared of a situation. And then what does this mean? This means that men they give orders all the time. Okay, يكون دائما يكون اوامر اكثر من النساء. بس هو احنا حتى اخذناها بالبارت السابق قلنا انه powerful speaking comes from either sexes or either gender. Sometimes a man, sometimes a woman. وشفنا احنا نشوف مرات اكو متكلمين، مرات نشوف الرجل هو powerful speaker، ومرات نشوف امرأة هي powerful speaker. اوكي؟ ف انا اعرف اوكي اشخاص اوكي هم يعني powerful نساء، واعرف اشخاص هم powerful speakers رجال. اوكي؟ على كل الاصعده، على اصعده التدريس وعلى مثلا الطب وعلى يعني الاعلام وعلى التمثيل وعلى اكو اشخاص يعني تلقاه هو ممثل ناجح بارع بس متكلم فاشل من يسوون وياه لقاء ما يعرفش. بينما اعطيه سيناريو اوكي يحفظ هذا السكريبت، يحفظ السكريبت وهو يمثل، ما عنده مشكله. اوكي بقت لنا نقطه واحده قبل لا نشوف الفيديو اللي افتح الكاميرا وما نشوفها. Solidarity هي the opposite of powerful speaking. عكس powerful speaking شنو solidarity؟ هو شنو powerful speaking؟ Powerful speaking is when I try to impose myself and my personality on you, whether you like it or not. أفرض نفسي وسيطرتي وشخصيتي عليك، تقبل ما تقبل. كيفي؟ أوكي؟ هذا powerful speaking. Solidarity is the opposite. Solidarity is when I change my speech to make it like you. مثلا you say لعد and ani and you know words from spoken by people from Baghdad and I'm from Basra, but because I spent some time living and working with you, I try to change my speech and make it like you. Why? It's a form of solidarity. It's like a claim or a message. Please accept me a member of your speech community. So this is an indirect message or a hidden message. وكان أنا جاي لك قبلوني وياكم أنا حالي حالكم، أوكي؟ خلوني أنا عضو بمجتمعكم أو يعني a member of your family، جزء من عائلتكم. ليش إنه أنت تقول أنا بدي أقول أنا تركت الأنا اللي أقوله، أوكي؟ تقول لعب ولا تقول لعب، تركت الجاه مالتي وتركت مثلا العبارات اللي أنا محتاج أقولها وبدأت أحكي مثلك، سويت هذا الأكوموديشن، بدأت أحكي مثلك. بعد شنو الداعي أنت ما تفهمني؟ أنا I'm doing this on purpose. I'm not trying to show power. No, you are powerful, and I'm trying to be friendly, like to show respect to you and to accept me as a member of your speech community. نشوف احنا مثلا حتى ابو بغداد مثلا يجينا للبصره ويحكي مثلا مثل اهل البصره حتى يتقارب من هاي المجموعه يتكلم مثلهم. مو بس هاي، مرات انت وصديقك اثنينكم من البصره، تحس انه صديقك يقول كلمه انت ما تقولها، يعني تيجي انت تقولها خاطر صديق. اوكي؟ لانه هو حتى يحس انه ماكو اختلاف بينك وبينه. لاحظين هذا الشيء يصير مرات؟ حتى يحس انه ماكو اختلاف، فاحنا مثلا نقول هاي الكلمات او مرات لا، اكو اشخاص يقول لك انت شلون تلفظ هيك؟ انا ما الفظ هيك، انا الفظ بطريقه. مرات احنا نحكيها بصراحه، اوكي؟ ومرات لا نقولها. هذا شو نسميه؟ سوليداريتي. اكو تفاصيل ثانيه صغار هايامكم عندكم بالنوتس انتم ممكن تشوفوها. المهم احنا هاي البيسكس اخذنا. Any questions؟ اكو سؤال؟ ان شاء الله اشوفكم المحاضره الجايه. لا فيديو. هاي واحده من الاستراتيجيز انه تشدد، اوكي؟ تشدد بداخل القاعه، انه ترى الاستاذ هم لازم يكون لاير واكتر، اوكي؟ انه تشدد داخل القاعه، تقول اكو فيديو حتى الطلاب يسمعون، بس هو فعلا اكو فيديو. هسه انتم ما عرفتوا الصدق من الصدق. هذا الفيديو اسمه البريزنتر محمد قحطاني، يجوز بعضكم شايفيه. He talks about the power of words. وحصل على ضمن برنامج مو تيدكس التوست ماسترز، وحصل على الفيرست بليس. راح شوفوا شنو اللي خلاه ياخذ المرتبه الاولى، شنو سوى بالبرزنتيشن مالته بحيث انطوه الكاس مال المرتبه الاولى. شنو سوى؟ بادي لانجوج مالته، انتبهوا للبادي لانجوج، انتبهوا على هاي النقاط اللي راح اكتبها هنا، وحاولوا تحللون انتم كناقدين. باعوا على هذه الاشياء، باعوا على صوته من يعلى وينصب، اوكي؟ باعوا على التون، باعوا على البادي لانجوج والفيشل expressions movement، باعوا على اللانجوج اللي هي نفسها، يعني اللغة مثلا مفردات vocabulary pronunciation okay بقى على examples فشنو تريدون؟ كيفكم اي شيء ثاني انتم ممكن تستنتجوه اوكي وانتم تشاهدون سألوا نفسكم okay is he doing something related to volume? Is he doing something related to tone or music? Is he doing something related to body language expressions? Is he moving on stage? Why did he get the first rank or the first degree in this presentation? What did he do to deserve it? خلينا نشوف. يصير واحد يبدي يجي برزنتيشن يعني تخيلوا مثلا يجي استاذ اول ما يدخل لكم القاعه يحط جداره هنا يسوي هيك شيء يشعل جدارها فعلا اوكي يعني اللي كان موبايله مو راح يقف موبايله يقول شنو اللي صار يعني هذا it's not something usual it's not even possible to do this because this is a class you cannot smoke in a class and you cannot of course smoke on a stage in front of an audience. لاحظوا شلون بدأ ما حكى ما قال hello my name is Firaz and today we will talk about you know a powerful speaker ما قال هذا الشيء كبداية
What? All y'all think smoking kills? Let me tell you something. Do you know that the amount of people dying from diabetes are 3 times as many people dying from smoking? Yet if I take a microphone, nobody will say anything. Do you know that the leading cause of lung cancer is not actually a cigarette? It's your DNA. You could smoke for years and nothing will ever happen to you. This whole war against smoking is just to restrict the farming of tobacco. Mr. Conference Chair, fellow Toastmasters and guests, I use these arguments, even though I just made them up, with a group of my friends, and the results, 5 of them believed what I said. 2 of them started smoking. Words, when said and articulated in the right way, can change someone's mind. They can alter someone's belief. You have the power to bring someone from the slums of life and make a successful person out of them. Or destroy someone's happiness using only your words. Does that seem a bit too good to be true? A simple choice of word can make a difference between someone accepting or denying your message. You can have a very beautiful thing to say, but say it in the wrong words and it's gone. I have a son who's 4. And he had this bad habit of writing on the walls with crayons. And one evening I walked into his room and he's going at it, just writing and drawing and so on. And I said, hey. Are you stupid? Don't you ever do that again. And guess what happened? He did it again. Nobody likes to be threatened. Nobody likes to be intimidated. His pride would not allow it. He did it again just to spot me. A week later, I walked into his room and again, he's going at it. And this time, he was even looking at me. I came down down and say, sweetie, come here. Don't do that, you're a big boy now. And he never did it again. Because his pride wants him to be the big boy. Have you ever wondered why nobody cares about global warming, even though it's a very serious issue? It could kill all of us.
فهمت المثال مع الطفل؟
Yes.
اوكي. تلاحظون هذه الاشياء؟
Yes.
تلاحظون هذه الاشياء عشان تسوي. Now he's going to give an example. Now you know global warming?
المرأة
Okay.
العانية.
It's a serious and critical problem in our universe. You know, as critical and as serious as bombing and earthquakes and volcanoes and so. But people they don't think about it because the way scientists present their talk about global warming is not so persuasive and convincing. He's going to do some kind of an act to show the others, to show the audience how scientists fail to convince the others that global warming is really serious, a serious issue. أشوف علماء ليش يفشون بإقناع الناس ويصعدوا الرسالة إنه الجلوبال وارمينج مشكلة جدية. شنو يسوون العلماء؟
Because when you go home and you flip on the TV and you see a scientist trying to talk about global warming, it goes something like this. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see from the graphs here, the statistics for 2014 it shows the water average rising. This table shows that the amount of oxygen level of the third ozone layer in the area around the position. The message never get across. But most importantly, if you are a person who's a role model, if you are a person who's been admired, anything you say could be believed. Anything you utter could be taken as truth. My friend Nasser, he loved his father, idealized his father. He would do anything to make him happy. But his father was the kind of person who was not easy to impress.